Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today's video is going to be me showing you 3 different eye looks that you can do super quickly in less than 5 minutes to get out the door. This is for everyday wear, school, business makeup, anything like that. These are 3 looks that are super pretty and super easy to do for every single day. So if you guys want to see these 3 different eye looks, then just go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do regardless of what we're putting on the eyes is we're going to prime them. So throughout each eye look, I'm just going to be using some different primers, some of my favorite ones. So the first one I'm going to use is the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. I'm just going to take some of this and put it on my eyes to prime them, set them down with a really good base. So I'm just going to take this all over the lid. Actually, I'm just going to use my finger. That just works better all around. Okay, so I've got that base applied. Now I'm just going to take any light colored powder and set my eyes with that. So what am I going to take? I'm actually just going to take my IBY Beauty Highlight and Contour Palette, and I'm going to take this middle shade called Highlight 2, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this all over my lid to set down that base, just so nothing is sticky or anything like that. Okay, so for the first eye look, we're going to be doing something super simple, but something that's a little more prestigious, if you will, for business everyday wear or school everyday wear, whatever you want to use this for. You can use this for whatever you want. But these are just some looks that I do on more of a daily basis just to give my eyes a little something extra, but not super over the top, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time, the Persona Cosmetics Identity Palette, and I'm going to dip into the shades Humble and Charming, which are these 2 shades right here, and I'm just going to take a mixture of these. Charming is a little bit of a darker transition shade for me. It's a little too dark, so I mix these 2 and it makes a perfect combo, and I'm just going to take that into my crease, just not being super precise or anything, just really fluffing that all into the crease. Okay, so now that I've got that fluffed in to the crease, I'm going to take a little bit of a smaller brush, and I'm just going to take that Charming shade by itself, and I'm going to dip into that with just a little bit of a smaller crease brush and just buff that into the crease as well. But just because it is a smaller brush, it's going to define it a little bit more and put it a little more concentrated into the crease. Can you see how that just defined that area just a little bit? Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same shade Charming and I'm going to mix it with the shade right next to it. It's a little bit of a cooler toned brown, and I'm going to mix these 2 and I'm going to place these on my outer V with that same smaller crease brush, and I'm just going to pat it on this outer corner. Pat it in and then blend. You just want to keep it on the outer corner. You don't want to bring it too much into the crease. That's going to make it look real dramatic. So now we have that little outer corner defined just a little bit. I love the way this looks. And we're on to the final step of this eyeshadow look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find more of a small packing brush like this, and I'm going to take just the shade Humble, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on this brush, and then I'm just going to pat this over the lid where we didn't place that outer corner shade, just to make that pop, make it a little more bright on the inner corner. Just on the lid, don't take it up into the crease or anything like that. And I'm just going to do another light layer of that, and I really think that this just really creates a lot of definition and a lot of diversity on the eye. So that's all I'm going to do, and then I'm just going to take with no extra product and blend back out that outer V area. And then I'm going to take my first blending brush and I'm just going to blend all of the crease shade out again. And then lastly, just to make sure that we didn't lose any of that, I'm just going to lightly tap back into that Humble shade. And there you have it. This is the first look. You can add winged liner. You can just add lots and lots of mascara. But I'm going to do the next look on this eye. That's why I did not do this. I didn't do both eyes. I love it. It's super easy and just is a way to make your eyes look a little more defined. But it's not super hard to do. Okay, so the next look is going to be super duper 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 simple. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this same palette and I'm gonna dip into those first two shades again, Humble and Charming, and just buff these into my crease. Just super blown out. Doesn't need to be precise or anything like that. And you can do these looks with any eyeshadows that you have. Just kind of go in the same gradient as I did. Use the first shade needs to be the lightest, then go in with a little bit of a darker shade with a more precise brush, and then go in with a little bit of a darker shade on the outer V with a more precise brush as well. So you don't have to have this palette to do these looks. You can just use whatever you have. These are colors that you can get anywhere. So don't hesitate to do these looks because you don't have this palette. So now that we've put this in the crease, this look is even easier than the first one. I should have done this one first. But all we're going to do next is I'm going to take the shades Gold Digger and Goddess, these two shades right here. And if anyone knows me, they will know that this is like the look that I do every single day. It's just super simple and pretty, and I love shimmer. I don't know if anyone else does, but I love shimmer. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take these on my finger, and I'm just going to mix them, a little bit of Goddess, a little bit of Gold Digger, and I just dipped into both this one, this one, this one, this one, and I'm just going to pat this all over my eye, and this is just going to add such a pretty sheen, but it's not too dark because you mix them, and it is just such a pretty bronzy brown, and I love it. And now that I have that on the lid, all I'm going to do is go back into my first buffing crease brush, and I'm just going to blend out that crease area. And like I said, this is super easy. This is all I do. I'll pop on some mascara, and this is a very easy everyday look that I do so much. I've done this on Sunday mornings when I sing in church. I've done this really quickly when I don't have enough time, and it still looks beautiful, and it's just bomb. I love it so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe off both eyes and do the final look because that's how I'm going to close out the video. So let's move on to the third look. Okay, so for the base for this third look, I'm going to be taking my Amuse Cosmetics eyeshadow primer in the shade Blank Canvas. This is something that I got from my Shop Miss A haul, and I love it. I think it is a great primer that sets your lids, blanks out the veins on your lid, and it just does a great job. I have not had any issues with it, and it's $1. Like, you can't beat it. And then I just pat it in, blanks out all that discoloration. Bless, I love it. So now that I've got that base down, I'm going to take that same highlight and contour palette from IBY Beauty and take that same second shade right here called Highlight 2, and I'm just gonna place this on top of that eyeshadow primer to set it down and ensure that it doesn't move around. Okay, so this last and final look is one that I've just kind of started doing more recently, and it's kind of what inspired me to do this video because I've been doing it for the past few days. It doesn't take very long at all, but it is so pretty and I just love it so much. So this is a one shadow look, and we're going to be adding a winged liner, and it's not going to be anything super dramatic. It's not going to be a super big wing or anything, but I just think there's something about a winged liner that is just so pretty and sophisticated. I've loved it wearing it the past few days. So for the one eyeshadow that we're going to be using, I'm going to be using this Glow Mineral single eyeshadow in the shade Twig, and it is just like this mid-toned brown right here, and it is just the prettiest brown. It is a little bit darker than a transition shade for me, but that's okay. I love it. And what I've been doing is I'm just taking this color all in my crease on my Wet n Wild crease brush, one of my all-time favorites, and it's like $2. So I'm just taking this, buffing it all in the crease, really blowing it out, and then switching over to a smaller brush with the same shadow, and I'm just gonna place this on the outer corner. So I've just intensified that a little bit. I've done a couple layers of just that one shadow, and now we're gonna apply the winged liner. I'm gonna try and do it on camera, but y'all know I'm not good at this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake it up. I'm going to be using my M Cosmetics Illustrative Eyeliner in the brush tip. It is my absolute favorite eyeliner of all time. And I'm just going to try and do a baby wing. Just a little wing, not anything too dramatic, and I'm just going to do that really quickly to the other half of camera, and I'll be right back to show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, so a change of plans. That eyeliner was dried out. I think it's done. I think it's finally done. So I actually went in with the Pretty Vulgar gel eyeliner in Blacklist. It's just this gel eyeliner, and I went in and used a super duper small brush like this from Royal and Langnickel, and I just did a little wing, nothing too dramatic, and it's just that in the crease shade, and I popped some mascara on and some inner corner highlight, which I pretty much do for any look ever. Also, I didn't do anything on the lower lash line for any of these looks, but if you wanted to make it a little more dramatic, that's what you can do. You can add some of those shades that we used on the lid on the lower lash line. That makes it a little more dramatic. That's why I did not do anything on the lower lash line in this video, just because it makes it a little more natural but still sophisticated. Okay guys, so that is it for this video. If you liked this 3 different eye looks for everyday wear, business wear, school wear, for any of those occasions, then please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I really hope you guys liked it. If you guys want some more 3 different eye looks for a certain occasion or anything like that, please let me know down below. Also, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and also once you have subscribed, please turn on the little bell notification. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.